Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 237. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Bryan here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. If you guys didn't see the last episode, I now have a Patreon, so if you want some exclusive stuff and some amazing perks, you should definitely check out my Patreon. But anyway, there's a lot to talk about today, so I gotta move fast in this episode. So this is WWE News, episode 237, and here we go. The first news story. Sorry, Ambrose fans. I know you guys are gonna cry yourself to sleep tonight. It's okay, I promise. Dean's probably gonna be back. Like, he's burnt the hell out, and he's just sick of wrestling. Doesn't look like he's interested in any other company. He's just sick of it, and he just wants a break. He's probably gonna be back, because a lot of wrestlers have done this before, so just don't do that. But when I say this, try not to cry too much. Dean Ambrose has now been moved to the alumni section of WWE.com. So he's no longer on the current list of superstars. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about a word that has been now unbanned by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is very weird. He has like bans like certain words. Like the wrestlers are just not allowed to say them. And when I say wrestlers, that's a word you're not even allowed to say. You're not even allowed to say wrestler. You can't say wrestling. You have to say sports entertainment and I don't know. How do you describe your job? You're a sports entertainer. You're not a wrestler. This is so stupid. And I know most of the wrestlers, and yes, I'm saying wrestlers because they are freaking wrestlers. I just want to be called I'm a professional wrestler. I'm not a freaking sports entertainer. Like, it makes anyway. That's my little rant on that. But he has changed his mind about one of the words that has been banned for years, and that word has to do with these things here. They're belts, but Vince doesn't like the word belt for some weird reason, and they have to be called a championship title at all times. This is not a belt, it's a title. Why is it around your waist then? You can use it as a belt, it's around your freaking waist. No, this is a championship title. It's a wearable title. I'm like, oh my god. So apparently Vince has changed his mind about that, and he realizes how freaking stupid that is, and now the wrestlers, hopefully change his mind about the wrestling thing here soon too, but he is now letting them say the word belt finally. Alright, the next news story. The next news story is about Luke Harper. So if you guys haven't heard, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of it. I talked about it in the last news episode. So Luke Harper, on his Twitter, he made a public statement saying, I am asking for my release from the WWE, from my contract, or whatever. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to AEW, he's doing stuff outside, they're just not using him or whatever. And he asked for the release. And the key thing here is, if a wrestler asks for a release, that doesn't mean they're getting a release. That means they're asking kindly if they can leave. And they're tied to contracts, so they can say no, and that's what the hell's happened. So basically, Luke Harper had a contract with WWE. Well, it's still active, but the original contract was to November, right? It's to November. It expires this year, November, this November, and he can leave the WWE then. But he asked for his release, and their response actually was, no, we're sorry, we're rejecting your thing, and we're actually adding more time to your contract because you were injured, and now in the fine print it says they can freeze the contract if the person's injured, and not until they're healed the contract doesn't resume. So they added 6 more months to his contract. So Luke Harper is not allowed to go anywhere anytime soon. That's just freaking crazy. Hey, you guys are not using me. I think you'd be better off saving money and not paying me, and I'd be better off somewhere else where I'm actually being used. And they're like, what? No, you're staying here. And we're on 6 months for you even asking. It's I feel like that's how it went down, but I don't know, but that's just crazy. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about Bray Wyatt. So, did you see on Raw? I just want to give my opinion on what the hell was going on. They have these really creepy Bray Wyatt return promos, and then it comes up, and instead of being Bray Wyatt, I'm blah, 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 blah. It's like, hi, I'm Bray Wyatt. I'm like, did they turn you into Bo Dallas? Literally, just as he did that, I'm like, just his manners, because they're brothers, they're similar, right? You can kind of see similar little traits in them, and then when he did that positive weird character, it just reminded me oh, he's kind of like Bo Dallas. What the hell? And now is Bo Dallas just going to be the I'm Bo Dallas or whatever the hell? I don't know, but I know they're going somewhere with this. I know they're not just giving him a stupid gimmick hi, I'm Bray Wyatt. I think they're going somewhere with it, or maybe not, because this news story basically is the stockholders that own a lot of of WWE as a whole, really. Like some of them own like percentage of the whole company just because they have so many stocks, stocks of WWE. Anyway, the stockholders and the advertisers are not a big fan of this Bray Wyatt thing because they're saying he is like a cult leader of children. I'm not sure that's the gimmick. I don't think that's the gimmick. He's a cult leader of children. But hasn't that always been kind of the thing? Because like the whole old thing where he used to sing and have the kid. I don't know why this is suddenly an issue. Like this is much more family friendly at this point than it was before. But anyway, the advertisers are not a big fan of it, and WWE like a lot of money, so they might be already canceling this new character of his just because they want to keep the advertisers. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but catchphrase here, we're just gonna have to wait and see. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about a press conference Vince McMahon held. I guess it was today. So every once in a while they do like these press conferences with like the stockholders and whoever the hell else, and they basically say what their plans are and what's changing in WWE and how they're gonna make it better and how they're gonna make more money and how they're gonna bring the ratings up and all that. And this is just a few things Vince had to say. So he said, this fall, WWE will be changing. It's going to be completely different. We're going in a completely different direction. WWE is going to be completely different. I'm like, okay, well, promising, right? And he also said, so I'm just reading off this because there's a big list. This is just a few of the things he said. This isn't everything he said. There's a lot out there. But he basically said, SmackDown Live, when we move to Fox this fall, is going to be completely different. It's going to be a completely different format. It's going to have a completely different look. The stage is going to be different. I guess they're going to change the logo a little bit and stuff like that. And it's just the way it's going to be set up is going to be completely different. And I've heard they're going to be focusing more on the sports side of it. So more of like the wrestling side than the sports entertainment, at least for SmackDown. But something else that he mentioned is they're thinking about putting SmackDown over to 3 hours. But the thing is, so SmackDown, it's going on Fox. It's going like actually on Fox. For Raw, they have a contract with NBC Universal, but they put it on USA Network because NBC owns like USA. They don't put it on like NBC, but they're putting this as on Fox. But anyway, so they have a time slot for 2 hours, and that's all they have. So if they're doing a 3 hour SmackDown, they have to do 2 hours of it on one channel, and then they got to flip to another channel to watch the last hour, which is a big problem, I think. So basically, Fox has Fox Sports 1, and they can do like the third hour on there. So the first 2 hours, I think, are going to be seen by a lot more people because it's on actual Fox. Like it's on like one of the biggest like channels in the whole United States. So I think like they'll get a lot of viewers, like a crap load in the first 2 hours. And I think for that third hour, when you're supposed to flip, I believe they're going to lose a lot of viewers. So, like, normally, like, on a wrestling show, like, they save the best stuff for last. There's a main event. There's a crazy stuff that happens at the end of the show. But they might not be doing that at the end of the show anymore. They're probably going to have to do that towards the beginning because just the way that is, if they do the 3 hour thing. But personally, I think 2 hours they should stick to if that's all they can get on Fox. If they can get a 3 hour time slot on Fox, then I think they should go to 3 hours. But just, like, the flipping thing doesn't work too well unless... Like just make the 2 hour show and then we can have like a dark live thingy. It doesn't have to be like a SmackDown. You guys know what I mean? Like the network stuff like 205 Live and stuff, but that's not SmackDown. So it's just a whole mess, and I just don't think it's the best idea in the world. Alright guys, that's actually all the news stories I have for you guys today. So now we're gonna talk about some juicy rumors. Okay, the first rumor is about Backlash. So if you guys didn't see the last news episode, I talked about how Backlash has been canceled. And the reason it's been canceled is to make room for their wonderful Saudi Arabia show. So Backlash was supposed to be June 16th, I believe. It was supposed to be in California. And basically, hold on, I have the dates here. I'm gonna get everything mixed up here. So Backlash was supposed to be June 16th, and they canceled that show because they want to do a Saudi Arabia show June 7th, which I don't see why they couldn't have done both. So now there's another rumor going around. Okay, so the original Backlash show, yes, has been canceled. It was supposed to be in California. It was supposed to be on June 16th. So there's two rumors in one here. So here's a 2-for-1 special for you guys. So the first rumor is they don't know if the Saudi Arabia show is even happening. They don't know if the June 7th Saudi Arabia show is happening. It was supposed to be happening, but they have no plans for it. I mean, they have plans for, they don't have any matches or like anything. and it's not that far away. So I don't know. I mean, most of the time for the Saudi Arabia shows, they just like pull things out of nowhere, and it's just like doesn't make any sense. But anyway, as for Backlash is happening actually. But the original show has been canceled, different location, different date. So Backlash now is rumored to be June 23rd in Tacoma, Washington. So yes, no longer in California, it's in Washington now, Washington State. So Tacoma, Washington, and it is now June 23rd. They gotta make up their mind what the hell they're doing, because I'm losing track of what's what, and I'm just so confused. Alright, the next rumor is about Jeff Hardy. So apparently he got injured at a house show. I mean, this isn't confirmed. Like I said, this is in the rumor section, but apparently he like messed up his leg somehow. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious, but I'm sure me as well as everyone watching here, please, Jeff Hardy, get well soon. Alright, the next rumor, speaking of injuries, it's about Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan hasn't been on the road with WWE. He hasn't been having matches. He hasn't been like traveling or anything like that since WrestleMania. And the reason for that is he's apparently injured. The injury apparently is a very close guarded secret in the WWE or whatever. It's because, the rumor is, it's because he has another concussion. And we all know, like, he had to retire before because of the whole concussion thing. And it's been, like, just keep very, like, secretive until they have, like, test results and things. But if it doesn't look too good, there's always that chance he's gonna have to retire again, which I hate to even say. I mean, we all thought Bryan would never be back in the ring, and then once, like, it was so random. They just sent like a notification to people's phones, Daniel Bryan cleared to return. I'm like, what? Just that simple. You guys are just, oh my god. Okay, so anyway, that was just like, you just gonna sit at the phone like that? But yeah, just hopefully his injury isn't bad. If he does have a concussion, hopefully it's not like, you know, making him like not be able to pass whatever tests he needs to do or whatever. Just, I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this is concerned when I'm saying he has another concussion, and there's always that chance that he's not going to return. But fingers crossed, it's not a concussion. It's something else, something simple. It's going to heal up on its own very fast. But if it's a concussion, hopefully it's a very, very slight one. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, the next rumor is about Andrade. He was moved to SmackDown, as we all know. And the reason for that is for Charlotte. Charlotte and Andrade are apparently like dating, whatever the hell. So that's why Andrade was moved to SmackDown. And as well as Aleister Black, the reason he was moved to SmackDown is when Andrade gets moved to SmackDown, Zelina Vega gets moved to SmackDown, and Aleister Black's like dating, it's just a whole mess. So it's relationships, that's why people are getting flip-flopped out of nowhere for no reason. So, yeah. Alright, the next rumor is about the Riot Squad. So, the rumored reason why they were split up in the brand split. The rumored reason is very stupid. The rumored reason is because Liv Morgan is going to be on Total Divas. And I'm like, what does this stupid reality show have to do with booking like a company like WWE? Like, come on. Like, I get Total Bellas, some people get into or whatever. Like, sure, I watched a few seasons, I was getting into it, but it's just got like too fake for me to be able to be like, this is just too much now. Like, yeah, you gotta be very gullible to believe any of this crap on the show nowadays. But, I mean, nothing against anyone who enjoys Total Divas, Bellas, Total whatever the hell else they're gonna make. If they make a Total Brandon show, you should watch it, because that won't be like the other ones. But yeah, that apparently was the entire reason for the Riot Squad splitting up, because Liv Morgan is going on the Total Divas reality show. Like, makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, the next rumor is about Becky Lynch. She is the current Raw Women's Champion, as well as the current SmackDown Women's Champion. So, she has two titles. She has to defend at the same exact time. I don't want to say the same exact time. She has to defend the same night because she has two titles. It's like, I really hope they're paying her double if she has to have double the matches, like every time she's defending the titles or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense why she has to defend both titles the same night, but she does. But I don't know how long her title reign is going to be as both, but the rumor is when she does lose one of the titles, it's going to be the SmackDown one, and then she is going to be on the brand split superstar shakeup, whatever the hell we're calling this thing now. She's going to be a Raw superstar. Alright, the next rumor is about Sasha Banks. So if we all don't know now, Sasha Banks is... I really hate to say something like that, because I hate like upsetting people or whatever, but Sasha Banks is it's looking like Sasha Banks is leaving the WWE. Okay, so Sasha Banks, I know she has a lot of like fans and everything, and a lot of people are gonna be upset. But the thing is, Sasha Banks has not been happy with the WWE for a little while. I mean, it hasn't been like a new thing. It's not just because of the stuff that happened at WrestleMania. Like, this has been a while. She has been teasing about leaving the WWE. She's been like kind of like leaving hints that she's unhappy with whatever. And I mean, it's pretty clear if we look at like her like status in the company, how it has magically just changed. Like, she was in the title picture and she was just like back and forth from Charlotte to Sasha with the title. And then all of a sudden, like, all these new call-ups came up, and all these new people came to WWE, and then, like, Charlotte's at the top because she's Ric Flair's daughter or whatever, and Sasha just kind of got lost in the whole mix of people. So, I mean, I understand, like, one given time, you're like the top, I'm the champion, I lost the title, I'm gonna get it back, and then I'm like a million-time champion or whatever the hell. But then having all these new people come up and just, like, take your place, and it just kind of sucks, I guess. And I guess I don't want to say that's the only reason she's unhappy. I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, but I'm thinking that's one of the main ones. And I guess the breaking point for her was at WrestleMania when she was told, literally just a few hours before they went out, hey, you guys are losing the titles tonight. And like, what the hell? Like, I guess in her mind, and this was like the thing, is that they were going to be, they were the tag champs, and they were going to have the titles for a very long time, and they were going to make these titles like legit and feel like they had some meaning or something, and then when they finally lost them, it was like a big deal or whatever. But the first defense, they lose the titles. And it doesn't, I don't know, was it the first defense? I don't want to say first defense because everyone in the comments will be like, oh, they had a defense on Raw or whatever. I'm going to say like the first pay-per-view defense or whatever. You guys get what I'm trying to say here, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, I understand her frustrations with the WWE and the creative whole booking thing. And apparently Bayley's in the same boat. I don't want to say the same exact boat, but I've heard Bayley is unhappy and she's right there with Sasha. So I don't know. If she's leaving right now, she's on a break. She's been gone for almost 3 weeks, and it doesn't look like she's coming back anytime soon, so I don't know. But here's what I do know. If Sasha decides she is done with WWE, she's not allowed to wrestle anywhere. Like, she has to set out the rest of her contract. Like, she'll be at home just waiting for her contract to end before she can work anywhere else. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about in this video. It's about Money in the Bank. So, you guys made fun of me in the last news episode because I literally have something called short-term memory loss, I guess. I mean, I've never been like diagnosed, if that's even, I guess it's a real like diagnosable thing. I don't know words either. There's a lot wrong with me, but anyway, I said that Money in the Bank, Bryan could win the Money in the Bank. That'd be cool. I'd like to see Bryan as Mr. Money in the Bank. Totally forgot. Literally, just last year, Bryan won the briefcase. Like, I literally have the T-shirt. I literally have the Monster in the Bank T-shirt, but I couldn't remember he won the briefcase last year. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just terribly sorry. But they're going through like a lot of names who could win the Money in the Bank briefcase. And top of their list, there was some talk of having like Braun win it again, and that's why I was mentioning his name in the last news episode. But apparently they're like number one right now. Is someone that we've been talking about, they've been talking about, and I've been telling you guys that they've been talking about because this is a rumor show, news and rumor show or whatever. So they've been talking about pushing Drew McIntyre here for a long time, and he's apparently the favorite right now to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, win the Money in the Bank ladder match. So if you guys don't know, which you should if you're a fan of the WWE, the way it works, it's a briefcase. It guarantees you a title match for the title of your choice, and you can cash in anywhere, anytime, and a lot of people will wait until the champion's very vulnerable after a match, after they just got the crap beat out of them, and they'll run out and they'll just kind of steal the title. And it's a really cool thing. Like, you never know when it's going to happen. They can tease it a bunch, and it's just a great thing. But anyway, the rumored winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match this year is Drew McIntyre. So there you guys have it. That is this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Remember, it's absolutely free. If you want to help support the channel, you want these videos happening all the time, you want more videos, you want everything, support me on Patreon. It only costs $1 for the base one or more. You get perks, you get free stuff, you get all kinds of amazing things. And also, one more thing, if you're looking for tickets for anything in the world, you're looking for tickets for concerts, wrestling events, football games, whether that be American football or whatever the hell else, or anything, any kind of thing you need a ticket for, SeatGeek. I have a coupon code, use it, and you save some money. The coupon code is just my last name, it's code Hodge. So use that as SeatGeek. I think you have to have a new account, so if you might have to make a new account to use the code, but Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, that's it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Shut the hell up, because I know this video is long as hell, and you guys have wonderful lives that you have to get back to. Or not, or you could just stay here on the channel all the time and like watch all my videos. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.